A paradise by the sea is what Italians call an abandoned palace towering over their town. This 100-year-old building was featured in several dozen movies, always presented in the most glamorous way possible. But today it all lies deserted, even though this is the community's most historically important structure. Mold and decay are eating up the place, making a prestigious past vanish, bit by bit. Our team traveled to Italy to sneak inside and discover the unknown. Yeah, we just made it inside the building. We jumped the fence, we crawled through a small hole in the broken window, and yeah, now we just check around if we can see any motion sensors or cameras and stuff. As we enter the palace, ruins of a golden age lay around us. Join our exploration, where we try to unveil this old world hidden from modern society. We had to pick a film.
Unterm Sitz. Okay, 10 Minuten.
For this video, we decided to show you in detail how we approach the palace. There's no need for much secrecy this time, because by now, lots has changed at the location. So the place should be down the road just a few meters. We already saw some towers on top. And all we know, because we've got really vague information, and all we know is that the architecture should be phenomenal, but we don't know how to enter or where, so yeah, that's why we came so early, so nobody's here, but apparently a lot of people are here already. Not sure if they are closing their restaurants. If you're wondering why we're speaking English to each other for once, this is because our Australian mate Sam is with us. We're giving him interviews on the go, because at the moment he's shooting for a foreign media outlet.
So I guess we need to climb here.
More on that later. First, we need to find a way inside without someone spotting us trespassing and calling the police. That wouldn't be the first time. Set among villas and a busy promenade, this building complex bears witness to an era of splendor. It is the town's lost landmark, and we are here to travel back in time. But I guess that would be hard to explain to angry locals who think we would violate their sanctuary, so better to not get spotted.
Und hier noch, kannst du das noch? Einfach draufhalten oder drüben? Da hatten wir uns mal. Tobi, wie sieht's aus? Hier ist er offen.
We made it inside. And after all, this was easier than expected. Now look around where we've entered. It's a white dance hall with sparkling chandeliers. right next door we find the grand dining hall, richly ornamented with an artfully crafted fresco dominating the scene. This is architecture porn, that's for sure. But where's all the furniture? This part of the building used to be a restaurant, yet there isn't much left of it today. However, this is just a foretaste of what's still awaiting us. This place is from a time when beauty and utility merged seamlessly. The large rooms were initially destined to house a casino, but that never happened. Yet, in its 100-year history, the site has always been an important venue for social gatherings, such as conferences, exhibitions, fashion shows and other events. Here is a frontal view of the Art Nouveau Palace after its completion in the 1920s. It was designed by a prominent Italian architect. Then, after the Allied landings in 1944, the 5-story building was used at the headquarters of the Armed Forces Command. After the war, this place brightened up. Starting in the 1960s, this was partly used as a college of the State Vocational School for the hotel and catering industry. It has also been the setting for over 50 films, like this one from the 70s. In movies, the palace has always been portrayed magnificently, and it certainly was at one point in the past. But today, all that remains is emptiness and decay. It seems like the people of the town have forgotten their former seaside paradise.
Tobi, hier müssen wir ein bisschen vorsichtig sein. Direkt da vorne ist die Straße, das ist der Haupteingang. Das heißt, wenn Leute auf der Straße vorbeilaufen, dann könnten die uns sehen.
At some point in the 70s, there was only a handful of boarding school pupils left here. So the college was closed, but lessons continued at this very place up until just a few years ago.
Ja, das sind Stundenpläne. Hier ist zum Beispiel Rechtskunde, Religion, Sportunterricht, Ernährungswissenschaften. Und hier ist Kellnern oder so.
Kellnern als Unterrichtsfach?
Ja, das ist eine Hotelfachschule.
Ja, da macht das Sinn.
Psychologie hatten die sogar auch. Ach, krass. Ach, hier steht auch eine Jahreszahl. 2014, 2015 war wohl das letzte Schuljahr, wo die Schule noch in Betrieb war.
Due to gradual deterioration in the past decades and expensive maintenance costs, further use of the building was prohibited in 2015.
Hier ist Küchendienst eingetragen und Kellnerdienst. Für das Restaurant unten.
The restaurant, run by the students, was shut down. Their school was resettled, exhibitions cancelled. No society ball has taken place since. The townsfolk abandoned their palace of culture. Interestingly, many things were left behind.
Das ist unglaublich.
Was ist das hier?
Wir sind hier gerade im Büro des Direktors und der hat wirklich so ein paar ultra Hardcore Karabiniere-Propaganda an der Wand hängen. Das ist auf jeden Fall sehr gut.
Das sieht aus wie ein Filmplakat.
Ja, die sehen alle so aus. Mein Favorit kommt dann gleich. Das ist auf jeden Fall noch sehr gut. Guck mal, ganz subtil und überhaupt nicht creepy, wie der Typ da dahinter steht. Und jetzt pass auf. Bist du bereit?
Das große Highlight.
Das ist wirklich gut.
What the fuck?
Ach, schau nur, wie er spielt. Mit dem ganzen Militärequipment.
Er spielt Karabinier.
Oh.
Die stolzen Eltern.
Bald wird er auch mal zur Militärpolizei.
Bald wird er auch mal Urbexer verhaften.
It's obvious why we are bashing the Italian Carabinieri here. A few days before this exploration, they filed charges against us for alleged trespassing. We had to pay a lot of money to the lawyer representing us. And still today, a long time later, we are waiting for the outcome. These legal issues are also why Sam's video report about us is on hold and can't be published at the moment.
Er ist so der sympathische. Calendario dell'Arma dei Carabinieri.
Der Kalender der Carabinieri.
Und ein richtig gutes liegt noch draußen, pass auf. Was zur Hölle ist das? Was soll das symbolisieren?
Ein übergroßer Carabinieri.
Die Carabinieri schaut deinen Kindern immer beim Spielen zu, oder was ist die Message?
Auf jeden Fall, dieses Lächeln ist sehr, sehr, sehr creepy.
Ja, und dass er keine Augen hat und so, oder? Er ist ja schon wie so ein shady Typ, der da irgendwie deinem Sohn beim Drachenspielen zuguckt. Egal wo du bist, selbst auf einer Wiese, selbst wenn du nichts tust, hab dich im Auge. Krass. Ich weiß ja nicht genau, wofür der Zugang ist, aber das ist schon heftig. Also hier wurden auf jeden Fall echt sensible Daten zurückgelassen. Ich habe das Ding gerade aufgeschlagen und direkt auf der Seite war eine E-Mail mit Passwort. Steht einfach unten drunter, PW und dann das Passwort. Good job. Warum nimmt man sowas nicht mit, wenn man hier geht? Ich verstehe es nicht.
We are eager to go up. There are still 2 more levels upstairs to explore, and we think the highlight is still to come. At this point of the exploration, we are puzzled. How can they abandon a magnificent building like this? But on second thought, this makes total sense. Who can pay for such a palace? A school, some exhibitions and dancing lessons barely generate enough revenue to offset the maintenance costs. But let's see what awaits us up here. A ceiling fresco displaying dancing angels sits enthroned over the main lecture hall. What a classroom. But we are right under the roof now, and this is where decay and deterioration become really noticeable.
Pass auf, wo du hintrittst.
Ja, ich sehe schon.
Ja. Das ist schon alles am Auseinanderfallen.
All the pictures featured in this episode were taken by our Italian companion Toby. Go to his Instagram page, Toby Urbex, to see more such photos of abandoned places all around Europe. We will be back in the auditorium in a bit. But first, we want to see the top level. before it's too crowded outside.
So?
Ja, also wenn wir auf dem Dach shooten wollen, würde ich es jetzt machen, weil wir sind dann natürlich ziemlich exponiert und jetzt ist gerade noch niemand draußen unterwegs.
Okay.
Es ist noch Sonntagmorgen, deswegen werden die meisten noch schlafen.
Nice view.
Alter, beste View.
On the roof, we found a terrace that not only overlooks the seaside, but also the lecture theatre. But we need to be cautious up here.
So at the moment we are on the roof of the building and we have to be a bit careful because there are people sitting around on the balconies, Italian style, watching the sea. And yeah, if they spot us, we might get in trouble, so we better keep a low profile.
What a place.
Hier sind jede Menge Dias. Es geht wohl um die Produktion von verschiedenen Nahrungsmitteln. Das ist auf jeden Fall die Molkereiproduktion, also Käse oder Milch.
Ich habe auch schon ein deutsches Buch gefunden dazu, wie man ordentlich serviert.
Ja, das hier war auch sicherlich eine internationale Schule mit Schülern von überall aus Europa.
The domes on the roof are decaying. Frescoes inside are getting degraded by mold. Over the past years, juvenile intruders were wreaking havoc. They were smashing in windows and having parties in here. To prevent further damage, the site was boarded up. But this didn't really help. You saw how easy it was to get inside. It will be costly to restore the palace to its former glory. These redevelopment costs are difficult for smaller municipal budgets to bear. But as it seems, this is a story with a happy ending. The state has provided money for this project. Millions of euros are to be invested to restore the town's most iconic symbol. In the coming years, it should shine again. In fact, shortly after our visit, these efforts began. And by the time this video goes public, they are in full swing. The palace isn't abandoned anymore. The idea is that it will house School of Hotel Management again, and once more become a palace of culture. But wait, we've only explored 4 of 5 levels so far. There's one more to go.
Hier geht's wahrscheinlich runter zum Meer. Und da ist ein Bewegungsmelder.
Krass.
Schau dir den an hier, den Bewegungsmelder. Der hat gerade kurz aufgeleuchtet. Ja.
Ja, ich hab's gesehen.
Kein gutes Zeichen.
Oh.
Yep. Und hier geht's zum Meer runter, würde ich sagen. Oder in den Weinkeller oder irgendwas.
Ja, leuchtet total unregelmäßig, oder?
Ja, vielleicht sollten wir abhauen.
Ja, der leuchtet super unregelmäßig.
Okay, wir müssen uns beeilen, weil hier sieht man nichts. Ja, ich glaube, da kommt die Leute. Oder vor die springt. Warte, da kommt mal, da kommt der springt.
They don't even care.
Pretty good escape, boys.
Yeah, now it's time for the beach.
But honestly, those guys, they didn't even seem to care. And you know, that's normal. Even people see you climbing over a wall, and they don't give a shit.
Yeah, they were most likely tourists, so why should they care?
Yeah, come on. They obviously saw that we were doing something illegal.
Holy
Alter,
shit.
aber was war wohl noch hier unten drin? Die Turmhalle, oder?
Just as archaeologists dig beneath the surface to find clues about the past, so do urban explorers when we enter into a dialogue with the ruins of a city. Despite constant development in the modern world, the old world lives on too, waiting to be uncovered. Last call. Due to the high demand, we've ordered some additional copies of our 2022 Urbex calendars. The location from today's video is featured in it. Visit our online shop at bwturbex.com for more info. With your purchase of the calendar, you help us to keep these videos coming. Cheers, mates! Currently, you have to wait longer than usual for our new videos to come out. That's because there's so much going on. We went on our first exploring trip of 2022. Also, Marco is moving to the town where I am based. Here we will edit a film while we are working on the regular uploads too. Stay curious for that, guys, and keep exploring.